Science meets architecture. Our dear friend Sam Peretta brought the dance into our world, and we decided to abstract it tonight out of remembrance for Sam, because he always reminded us that you can never be more perfect than you are, and we're all imperfectly perfect.
We had some trouble building the geodesic dome today,
take our dancing
as
to
you
the
can
next
see.
level. We learned that talking theater does not do well
Not a
when people
complete
are
dome.
drinking. So we thought we would just wow you with the power of dance. This next performer was in the light 2018, 19 and 20. He's an amazing dancer. Let's give it up for TJ. Cue the music!
Pulling the audience into
Yeah, I think if John Cabrera is ready, you guys can go spotlight those two. It's up to you.
Anybody shorter than 4 foot? Anybody shorter than 4 foot? Let's make some noise for DJ!
Aw, look at that little girl. Oh my God.
2004 and 2012. Our action moves into the Flatiron Arts Building. The Sketchbook Festival continues to produce shows like Intelligent Design of Jimmy Chow, El Grito del Bronx by Miguel Cruz, The Gift by Sam Peretta. If you got a drink in your hand, you got it in here, let's bring up the Sammy Peretta!
Awesome.
He's in the GS right now on the other side.
Yeah, we were making a joke today, but he's laughing at us because we can't put his geodesic dome together.
These are Bolinas videos, there'll be more comments later when the sun goes down. Let's move on to 2012 to 2021. Collaboration turns into a social justice organization.
Good job, moving.
Yes, it does. Hey, Carolyn, if you want to go ahead and mute, I think it would be wonderful to bring up a special guest.
Come on over here.
Here on Zoom. We are being joined by John Cabrera, who is an illustrious former collaboration friend, and it's wonderful to see you. And I would love to hear some of your stories. We're going through and asking all sorts of people over the years to say, what's your connection to collaboration? So we would love to hear from you. And what is your connection?
Well, I was there way back when. I remember when collaboration was just another bunch of actors. I met Anthony on a short film back in the late 90s. And at the time he was working with a group of actors and artists and directors that were just trying to create a theater company. They had a little theater festival at the time called No MSG Added. And I came to see it, and I was really impressed by how many people they got out to come see their short play festival, which was, your typical short play festival. And I proposed to Anthony, why don't we take that format of a short play festival, and rather than be a bunch of plays, Samuel French plays that you option, why don't we actually try and get new works? And so we created a festival called Sketchbook, he and I, basically in my bedroom. We hooked up with Wesley Kimler shortly after, shared our ideas with him. He was like, this is awesome. What if we added an art element to it? We were like, how would that work exactly? The next thing we knew, we were now not just reaching out to aspiring and established playwrights, but we were also now reaching out to aspiring and established visual artists and asking them if they would also lend pieces of their work, of their own personal collections to an art auction. And that first sketchbook kind of sort of started it all, I think. Didn't start it all, but it certainly changed the company's trajectory. And then, the story of Sketchbook. It's now become Peacebook, but it ran for a great many years. And through that time, collaboration gained a reputation outside of the festival through its various plays, many of them new works, which also again kind of has its roots in the Sketchbook Festival. I was an actor in some of those early works and have stayed an emeritus member from afar, watching the company grow and evolve, and staying quite proud of what everyone has accomplished.
It's so remarkable to think that back then, I loved hearing it recently compared to like a flower cracking through the sidewalk that now is a garden, and a movement of people who are have taken the privilege of being able to create live theater in Chicago with a lot of support, and trying to share that stage and give voices to people that traditionally have been left out of the theater scene. And I think it's just incredible to see how that little flower coming through the cracks of the cement in a sidewalk in front of, Cafe Voltaire, the basement, where
Yeah.
Kimberly Senior did her first little play, that now it really is like a movement. And
Yeah.
did you have any idea back then of what you were kind of on the cusp of, or were you just, living your crazy young life?
I joke about the whole idea of, it was just another bunch of actors. I mean, when I met Anthony, I was pretty disillusioned by the whole Chicago theater scene. I had gone to theater school. I went to DePaul University's theater school for acting. It's a pretty common thing for not just that theater school, for most theater schools to have, that, group of folks who go off thinking that they're going to become the next Steppenwolf. And so I'd already gone down that path, and it kind of, it crashed and burned like most of them do. So I came into my relationship with Anthony with a certain skepticism, another group of actors looking to become the next Steppenwolf, like optioning plays like everyone else. And I think I didn't really give enough credit to some of those minds early on, right? Like Anthony and Kimberly. Like I said, I was so disillusioned by already having participated in stuff like that. So at first I kind of I was a little hands off. I mostly, whispered in Anthony's ear, I'd say that first like year of my relationship with the company. And then I'd say, my big epiphany was really when I went to their No MSG Added festival. I just couldn't believe how many people they had gotten at a time when it was really difficult to get people into the seats to see Black Box theater. And so I was just really impressed by that. And I thought, this is really what theater is about. It's about the audience. It's about the connection that you have to your audience, more so than the play or the performance or whatnot. It's really that connection that you have. And I told Anthony that. I said, look, what you have here is super special. Let's focus on that. And then I think that it was, around the time when we started doing Sketchbook that I realized, like, this could actually be, I don't know if it'll be the next Steppenwolf, but it'll definitely be the next something, and it'll definitely be its own thing. And if the people who are here leading this stay with it for the long term, then it will end up being something very important in Chicago. And it has.
Wonderful. That's such a great story. Carolyn coined this sort of unofficial new motto for the company in the last Crucial Connections YouTube series, where she said, come for the party and stay for the movement. And I feel like that's such a great way to summarize, this group of people, because, in those early days, like, it was a party. There was a lot of raw energy. It was just people unpaid, passionate.
Did you just say come for the party, stay for the movement? I coined that phrase. Did you know that, Robin?
Yeah, she gave you credit. She gave you credit.
Okay, sorry. I just thought I might get a drink.
So Carolyn, what's going on?
Hi, John Cabrera.
Hello there, Carolyn. How are you?
I'm the roving correspondent to show you here, boots on the ground, what's happening. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the interview. You
didn't. It was
I'm just so excited about that phrase because it's exactly what it is. And that's what happened to me too. I came for the party, I stayed for the movement.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just perfect. I think it really summarizes that raw energy that it had to start. And Anthony was speaking about how he would work 18-hour days, for no pay, and how he's evolved to the point where now they're having this huge initiative where they want to pay people and, pay a living wage. And so it's been wonderful to watch the evolution. I can't believe it's been 25 years.
Yeah. I remember when it was 20 years and I couldn't believe that. That was the thing I think that made, that was what was so impressive about that first.
John Cabrera is getting interviewed.
That first festival, No MSG Added, was that it really felt more like a party than like what was being considered theater at that time, or what still is considered theater. It reminded me a lot of what I would imagine a Shakespeare play would have felt like in Shakespeare's time, you know, a raucous event, you know, people having fun, you know, and not quite such this stuffy theater thing that we'd sort of been associated with. And I think that part of my epiphany was realizing like what I had done wrong, or what me and other cohorts had done wrong in our previous incarnations, was we weren't focusing on the experience. We weren't focusing on all of that stuff. And I remember there were critics that came to some of our early shows, Sketchbook, that the first thing that they commented on was not the play. What they commented on was, how in the hell are these people getting so many young audience members to come see their shows? And of course the answer was, they've got a DJ down there playing like pre-show, they crack open beers and everyone's hanging out afterwards, right? Like, so they kind of, you know, from the beginning, we were the rave company. We were the company that was like doing raves, like guised as theater, or theater guised as raves. And I think that, you know, well, I just think that's a very important part of the live performance experience. And that's that connection that you have between your, you know, the performers and the audience. And I think that it's defined this company, even now that it's sort of pivoted into social justice. I mean, obviously you can see that the parties haven't stopped, you know, that will always be a part of what collaboration is. And I think that DNA is, you know, is what makes it so special and so unique, so historic.
I think also I love the comparison to Shakespeare that you said, because just like Shakespeare, you know, it's raucous in body, but then they sneak in messages, you know,
Oh, yeah, sure.
social messages. And I feel like that's a great way to operate, because you lower people's defenses, you open them up. They're having fun, they're relaxed, and then you hit them with some really important messaging when they're sort of most opened up to receive it. And I think that's
yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of, yeah, I mean, in general, I think theater and the theater scene and live performance could really take a book out of Shakespeare's, his personal approach to theater and plays of his time. I think now, you know, Shakespeare is kind of a different thing, because it comes loaded with all of the, like, you know, the gravitas and whatnot that we associate with it. But taking a page out of his actual book, it's true, you know, not only was he focused on all of those social issues and all of that like depth, but he was throwing a party. I mean, like, they were all throwing parties back then. Like, that was what those were, you know. And I love it. I remember we used to say early on that we Anthony and I used to say that we feel like the theater experience at that time, you know, felt like, you know, theaters felt like you were walking into a waiting room, into a lobby that looked like an insurance office. You're sitting there waiting for the show for somebody to open doors for you to walk into this little theater where a bunch of people perform their best thing for you. And I was like, you know, shouldn't theater be similar to like the restaurant experience? Like, just, you know, you walk in and there's just all these sights and sounds and smells, and, you know, people are there for you, you know, not for their food. They're there for you, you know, to give you an incredible experience. So we used to use that analogy all the time. Like, we want, you know, at that time, Chicago was going through this like amazing you know, restaurant renaissance, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, you know. And so we were kind of like, you know, Soul Kitchen. I don't know if you remember Soul Kitchen,
yeah,
you know, back in the day, you know. So we were like, God, you know, we enjoy hanging out in these like really, you know, visceral and, you know, amazing environments. Shouldn't theater be the same? Shouldn't you walk in and be just blasted by, you know, all kinds of incredible visual, oral experiences? And I think that also is a huge part of what led us while we were creating, you know, some of that early stuff, Sketchbook and some of the early plays as well.
those instincts were so ahead of the curve, because now that really is the trend, is
Oh, it
immersive
is.
theater, interactive, like you
Right.
guys really were way ahead of that curve. So I was one of the visual artists that kind of got roped in to, that's my association with sketchbook. And actually, it was Anthony that sort of started me off on my body painting career that ended up, launching me into like owning the biggest body painting company in Las Vegas, and having a TV show called Skin Wars with RuPaul, a body paint competition show. And it's all because he asked me, and actually I'm going to pull up something right now to show. This was from the Carnival at the Congress
Oh,
Theater.
wow.
This is a huge mobile by Galina Shevchenkov, who's there right now. This was a body painting done by Doc Sanjuro, photographed by Severio Trulia.
Yeah.
And this was one of my very first body paintings.
Amazing.
Yes, so
that's crazy. I mean, that's I feel like we have a bunch of those stories, like Ellen Ferry. You remember Ellen? Do you know Ellen Ferry?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ellen Ferry was she, a writer, very talented writer. I had read some of her work and was like, man, amazing. Was working with Anthony at Soul Kitchen, and was sort of trying to figure out what her next thing was going to be in life, and we approached her and we're like, will you write a piece for the first sketchbook? And that she ended up writing this piece that ended up being the sort of the crowning play of that first sketchbook. And it put a fire under her that never stopped. And she's now, she's a television writer, has had plays on big stages all over the country, and has really come a long way since those early sketchbook days.
I want to hear about your journey too. Before I stop screen sharing, I just want to give a shout out to my models this is Veronica and this is Carmelita. And this was Noelle. So just wanted to give them a shout out. Thank you for being some of my very first body paint models. And, I think that's something that Anthony is so gifted at, is that he pulls things out of people that we didn't even know that we had in ourselves. He was like, I want you to body paint 2 models for the Carnival. And I'm like, okay. And then you just figure out how to do it. And then that really did send me on a path. And his testimonial from that event is actually still one of the testimonials on my website to this day, on my Skin City website. But you also went on to do amazing things. You went on to Gilmore Girls and other things. Tell us a little bit about your career trajectory.
Oh, well, I mean, I actually, I owe a huge amount of my own personal career success, for sure, to Collaboration. I mean, there's no question. We did I after the first sketchbook, I was really burnt. It was such a huge endeavor. I was so crispy that I decided I was just going to come out to Los Angeles for a few weeks and just decompress. And I came out, and I had a lot of friends out here that I'd been really close to, but that we lost contact when they all moved out before me. I stuck around in Chicago for another 4 years and really just kept loosely in touch, and came out for 2 weeks, and just that connection with all of them just solidified again. And I realized that I really wanted a change. So I decided that I was going to stay, but Anthony had just secured the rights to a new play out of New York called Refuge. That was a really big get, really big get for a tiny little theater company that really all it had under its belt was this crazy sketchbook festival that it had done. And there was a role in it that he really wanted me to play. And he asked me, like, because I said, I got to come back to get all my stuff, but then I'm leaving. And he was like, well, would you just stick around just for one more show? Just one more show.
That sounds very Anthony.
You'd be amazing in this role. And I just one more show. And I was like, okay, let me see. So I go out there and I start rehearsals. And of course, I run out of money. I don't even have enough money to pay my rent. I don't have enough money, certainly not to fly back to Los Angeles. I am like broke. So I'm now doing this play and I'm sort of stuck there in Los Angeles. I'm sleeping on Jeremy Getz's couch and we're doing this play, and it was just like a mix of like the darkest, strangest period of my life where I felt the closest thing to a homeless person that I'd ever felt in my life.
Wow.
And then at the same time, I was doing this play that was just absolutely incredible. Now, one of the conditions of Collaboration getting the play was that we would have to fly out and put up the playwright, Jessica Goldberg, who would be with us in rehearsals, kind of making sure that we were going to do it right. And I developed a fast friendship with her over the course of our rehearsal process. And the play ended up being just towering. It ended up really being like the first piece that we did that made the critics' heads turn like, oh, maybe these guys aren't just about parties and raves and festivals that are designed to just like bring in as many people to a party as possible. Maybe there's something here. Long story short, it won. I won the Jeff Award for my performance in that. The play was like, heralded as like one of the great pieces to see in the city at the time. And Jessica was like, "You're moving to Los Angeles, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm moving to Los Angeles too. And I have a play that's opening at the Mark Taper Forum, which is the big theater out in Los Angeles, right? Like the equivalent of the Goodman out in Los Angeles." And she's like, "And there's a role in it that I think you'd be fantastic in." It's like, amazing. So by the end of the process, I had scraped enough money to fly out to Los Angeles and finally get there. And I arrived right into a role at one of the biggest theaters in the nation. And that, of course, sort of began my career out here. It got me noticed by a variety of bigger theaters out on the West Coast. That allowed me to, sort of keep somewhat of an income acting wise. Theater still didn't pay enough. I had to, find another job, and I found that mostly in software development. And then I met the casting director for Gilmore Girls. She came to see me in this play that Jessica had done and was like, "I'm going to find a role on the show for you."
Wow.
And she worked very hard to get me. I mean, I went in and auditioned for multiple roles and finally got one that really, out of luck, I think, some of the other roles that I got were only on for, just an episode. And I happened to end up in a role that lasted for 37 episodes, 5 more seasons. And that was really great. It gave me the first financial flexibility that I ever had. It allowed me to then start thinking about what do I want to do after acting, which was, of course, I wanted to be behind the camera. I wanted to start writing. So I started to do that in the last year of the show. And then about a year later, another year of struggling after the show, I sold a project to Warner Brothers and have been sort of, building stuff behind the camera ever since, writing mostly science fiction and yeah. And then of course, like recently with the pandemic, I found myself at my computer again, playing around with some of the old software development stuff that I used to do and kind of like seeing if I can't merge my whole love of storytelling with my skills in software development. So I'm now building some products that would allow writers to collaborate with each other on big storytelling endeavors.
That's funny because, it was your spark initially that really encouraged Sketchbook to turn to local emerging writers.
Yeah.
And the case sort of comes full circle in the end, where your true passion is writing and, sitting behind the scenes on things. So.
Well, not only that, like the software, the app that I'm developing is about getting unestablished writers to like start building stuff together in communities, right? So in a lot of ways, it's exactly what we did with Sketchbook, except that now I've got a tech aspect to it. So yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, you are who you are always, and that comes out, who you are comes out in different ways throughout your life, but you can always see like what's the through line, what was the thing that's always been there. And for me, it's always been community. I've always been fascinated by it. I think you know, early in, you know, shortly after leaving theater school, I came to realize that like the only real reason to be doing theater is for the community, right? Otherwise it's just like, just read a play in your bedroom, you know? And so I've just, community is for me, it's the most important. It's the most important part of storytelling in general.
Nice. Well, it's really awesome to just hear your full circle story. We have a few more people here in the Zoom audience. If anybody else wants to share what's your connection story, please feel free to raise your hand, and our behind the scenes Zoom guru Nikolai will call you up to speak. I am getting a little buzz that that the band has started, so we might go back to them. Hopefully you can stick around for the party, and if you're
I can. I'm gonna actually have to get running because I have to walk my doggies. I'm gonna start losing light here relatively soon. But it was really a pleasure to speak with you, and it's so exciting to see what has become of this amazing arts organization.
Yes, well, thank you for being part of the seeds that planted this garden that is now flourishing in Chicago for 25 years. It's just crazy to think about it. Awesome. Well, I think Carolyn, if you're around, we can go back to you.
Oh, that's the band.
Here we go. And so,
okay, there we go.
Nice. I think right now we are listening to Joyful Sound. Is that right?
Joyful Sound of Rashada Dewan, yes.
Awesome.
We got a lot of pop here. Everyone's enjoying their pop treats.
Awesome. Well, thank you, John. Really appreciate you sharing with us. And we're going back to the party. So right now, for anyone who is just joining us, we are live at Rockwell on the River in Chicago, Illinois, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the theater company Collaboration. Come for the party, stay for the movement. Coined by Carolyn, our roving reporter who is on the scene. And right now we are listening to the awesome music of Joyful Sounds featuring the singer Rashada Dewan. And hopefully we'll be able to hear her singing a little bit. A rainy day in Chicago, but it is warm inside there with some good food, some good music, and lots of good community happening at Rockwell on the River in Chicago. So I know that the Wi-Fi at the venue is really maxed out with trying to absorb all of the wonderful sounds of the band that they've got going on right now. So maybe our reporter at large, Carolyn, wouldn't mind taking us through the installation again. Carolyn, are you ready to take us around the room? What do you think? Let me.
I just unmuted. Yeah, I'm gonna walk away.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a shame, but the sound isn't great, and you know, I really want. I would love to enjoy the music a little bit more, but it's not doing justice to joyful sound. So let's do some wandering. So the concept of the room is that it's a Georgetown collaboration play, and they divided their 24-year history into 3 major sections of 8-year eras. So we've got 1996, 2004, one area, 2004 to 2012 in another, and 2012 to 2020. Carolyn, are you kind of aware of the breakdown of the room? Can you walk us through it?
Yeah, I went backwards through time.
You're traveling through time, got it.
So the entrance here is what starts the first 8 years. And we have this installation of a lot of different posters, photographs, ephemera from those first 8 years that John Wilson, a longtime company member who I've actually been on a couple shows with at Collaboration, he made this today. I saw him build this. And then there's this wall here. Nobody's added to the wall yet. I wonder how we can get people to do this. He wants people to put their, oh, hello, I'm having a drink. Put their their memories of each year. And there's a lot of, you know, arts and crafts. Maybe when people have some more drinks, they will feel so obliged. So there's this whole pile of photographs. Look at this.
That amazing.
It's
Wow,
like, look how high that photograph pile is. I mean, I love this because I like to be able to, you know, touch the things. Let's go deep in here and see. It's like a tarot card. Let's see what we get.
Okay, love it.
Ooh, I don't even know what that is from. I think that might be El Grito de Bronx. Or maybe that's Guinea Pig Solo. Actually, that might be Guinea Pig Solo. I'm not the best luncheon.
That's Sandra, right, in the picture?
Yeah, these are Guinea Pig Solo, I think. Yes, this is Guinea Pig Solo. Look at that photo.
I remember like that production very well.
It's an actual photo, you know? We don't see those much anymore.
Carolyn, I remember in that play, you know, Sandra, I think at the end, passed out of this life, her character did, and she had so much trouble keeping her body still because night after night she was just sobbing as she was laying her face away from the audience, just crying because the subject matter was just so emotional.
Oh, there she is again, gorgeous Sandra, never takes a bad picture. Yeah, so I think those are from Guinea Pig Solo, but look, I'm messing up the table. Maybe if I mess it up, people will know that they can come in here and do the same thing, right? Oh, this is from like a sketchbook party. Look at that.
Yes.
Oh my God, is that Sammy? I think it is.
We all miss
I gotta put my glasses on to see. It is Sammy. I spy with my little eyes that guy that I love. Okay. Yeah, so this is that first 8 years. There's some people looking at this, they're laughing. They're kidding, they're excited.
So we're looking at 1996 through 2004.
It's getting to be that magical hour. See the light changing here in Chicago. All right, so the next room, still got the kids playing with the balloons and the, I love this. Yeah, this is the next 8 years. So there's stuff here. I don't know what's going on here with these.
Oh, wait, I have to show you something. Carolyn, look what I have here.
Do you have a
Check
prom
this out.
poster?
This is, how weird is this?
Oh my God. I want to take a screenshot.
I just found these in my closet.
That's hysterical. I just took a screenshot of that.
So these are by the resident designer back then. Look at this, how funny. Oh, take another screenshot because this is exactly the same. And this was by Mark McGinnis, who was the resident graphic designer for Collaboration at the time. So shout out to Mark McGinnis. Oh, here's some more. I guess I just have the bunnies and the unicorns here. I found these in my closet today and knew I had to break them out, and there you go.
Well, they're on this table with your friend Galina's stuff. I don't know, maybe she brought some.
That's so funny.
I could ask her.
And Galina is one of the artists that, you know, Juan was talking, or John Cabrera was talking a little bit about how it was such a wonderful mix of artists and performers. And Galina was one of those artists that they sucked in to the Collaboration family.
Well, and she's now taking photographs of her children playing in the geodesic dome that Sandy made. So it's all full circle here.
Wonderful.
And then, like I said, I went backwards. So this then is the new last 8 years till now, till the present time. I think maybe the globe with the projections is, I would say, it is responding to the new mission to create a anti-racist Chicago, right? So
yes, and I love to hear what Anthony said on the last Critical Connections, where he said we act hyper locally and think globally.
Yeah,
that's definitely what Collaboration is doing these days. And so that room is 2012 to 2020, and here we are.
Yeah. And now here we are at the river and the bar, which is the busiest place. No, it's not the busiest place. It is busy.
Can we see the view? Is it still raining out?
I think there's probably going to be a rainbow because it's not quite raining and it's sunset here. So I'm expecting a rainbow.
Beautiful.
I'll let you know.
Awesome. Yeah, what a gorgeous venue. We have to give a huge shout out to Rockwell on the River for hosting the event at their location. It's a beautiful venue.
I love this human outfit in front of me. I don't know who they are, but this white outfit.
Nice.
And then there's some little fruit and cheese wrapped up in little pieces of paper.
Love it. I've seen that at art galleries here in Vegas too. It's very COVID style way to nosh on the typical party foods.
Oh, you're right. That must be why that is there.
Yeah, I love it. It's such a lovely idea where normally you'd be filling your plate. They sort of pre-package it for you in an eco-friendly way because, you know, obviously
it's
wrapped in
like
paper.
fish and chips and mushy meat. How they put the fish and chips in the newspaper, you know?
Yes, exactly.
And they put a little dabble of mushy peas on top. I was in England once. That's what happened. So that has nothing to do with what's going on right now. There's Sandra Delgado talking to John Wilson, who made that beautiful installation in the first room. And it's also just an incredible artist himself. I mean, look at that jacket. Look at these two.
Let's talk to John Wilson. Carolyn.
Can we talk to John Wilson?
Yes, I'd love that.
John, would you be on our Zoom? We would love to hear from you.
Yes, hello.
Can you hear John?
How are we doing?
What questions do you have for John? Robin, do you have a question for him?
Can you hear me, John?
No, he's not going to be able to hear you.
Okay. Well, we're asking everyone the same question, which is, what's your connection? Describe your connection and your favorite collaboration story.
Describe your connection and your favorite collaboration story.
My connection has been a company member since 2007, and I was an actor and scene designer. My favorite collaboration story is when we were at Electric Forest, and we had artist passes, and we were basically like on the big Saturday show with the String Sheets incident playing for thousands and thousands of people. We were backstage on the top, and all of us were there, and we got to celebrate like the ending moment. And it was like a religious experience.
Religious experience in the Electric Forest.
The drugs help too.
And the drugs help too.
Nice.
You heard it here first.
Awesome.
Boots on the ground. Thank you, John Wilson. There's Sandra Delgado. Should we ask her, what is your connection to collaboration?
Yes. Let's hear it. Oh, is she running away? She's too busy.
Yeah. She's going to be one of the co-hosts, I think, on the big stage probably in a minute. So.
Wait, and Carolyn, I know the sound is not doing her justice, but I can hear Rashada Dewan just belting out something beautiful there. I bet it sounds great where you are.
I know it does. So you can't hear it really well at all?
No, it's pretty, the sound isn't great. I know it's not doing her justice.
Yeah, I think it's the space too. It's not just the sound system, and then of course traveling across Zoom. I wonder what would happen if I went outside here. Let's see who's outside.
Let's take a look at the view, and maybe we find somebody to interview out there.
Ooh, yeah, balmy. It was supposed to be kind of partially out here, but then it was raining, so we couldn't set up. Like the cocktail table and everything was going to be out here.
And also, just a quick note to anybody who is in the Zoom. If you want to raise your hand and tell us what's your connection story, we would love to hear from you. So just go ahead.
Actually, I see Mark Hicks, who was one of the first company members. Can you be on Zoom, Mark Hicks? Can you be on Zoom?
Sure.
I'm the on the ground correspondent.
Hi, Mark.
And then Robin.
I'm supposed to talk about. What are we talking about?
Robin Slonina is our. Look, you can see her here.
Oh, hey, Rob.
Okay.
Hey, Rob.
So she's actually
What's
interviewing
up?
you, and I'm just a
How's
conduit.
Vegas, baby?
How's Vegas, baby?
I am coming
Let's
to
get a
you
good shot of you.
live
Good
from
shot of
Vegas.
you.
I don't know,
Look at that shot of Mark Hicks on the river. Mark Hicks,
Amazing.
what is your connection to collaboration and your most favorite memory of collaboration?
Well, Anthony and I used to date. I mean, years ago. I'm just kidding. Founding company member.
Founding company member, first board president, right?
First board
Oh, gee.
incorporated the company. It started with $2,500 out of my pocket in the basement of my home.
$2,500 out of his
Yeah.
pocket in the basement of his home. Now, is that your favorite memory, or you have a better one?
Yeah, a lot of memories. But many of my memories I can't remember. But I'm
Uh-oh.
just kidding.
Well, we just interviewed John Wilson, who talked about
do I
drugs, so
get
maybe we
interviewed
can give it a
again?
little bit, more
Okay,
PG
let's see here.
memory
All right,
this
let me
time.
think here. Let me think. Okay, the first memory that one of my favorite memories is it was the day after the sketchbook won, and we came back to our house and we counted the money that we had made in sketchbook, and literally we had like, I don't know, $10,000 in singles and buys, and we laid it all out.
Yeah.
On my
Did
bed
you
and on
roll
the
in it?
floor.
That's like that Sam
We
Shepard
did.
play.
We
Oh my God, I love it.
laid in it, and we just laughed, and we couldn't believe we thought we'd hit the jackpot.
Yes,
We
you
really
did.
We thought it was
You
something
did.
amazing.
Look at us here at Rockwell on the River, 25 years later, guys.
Here we
Darn
are right
it.
now.
Here's Yuri Lane. Do you know Yuri Lane? Do you know Robin? Here's Robin Slonina. That's who we're talking to.
Hello,
on the Zoom.
Yuri.
On the Zoom. Yuri, what is your, I don't know, what is your first memory of collaboration?
What was the Coyote Festival?
Coyote Festival, okay.
And then I was in a series of sketchbooks.
Yes,
So
you were.
That's my real memory. And meeting Jeremy Getz
Yes.
and Hicks and Anthony.
Right.
And just being totally embraced by the Chicago community and being
Aw.
involved with so many different
I love it. Do you have a favorite memory, like a specific moment in time, either performing or maybe afterwards?
I have many experiences at Chopin,
At the Chopin,
and then
yes.
in alleyways at the Chopin.
Alleyways
wild,
at the Chopin.
the crazy things that would happen post-performance.
Uh-oh, here we go again, going
How
into the
about some,
darker
how about some
territory.
hot gossip? See if he has any hot gossip.
Ooh, hot gossip. You got any hot gossip?
Not hot gossip, but I mean, these sketchbook shows were hit hard.
Come for the party, stay for the movement.
Dancing,
Lots of dancing, yes. There was lots of dancing. I remember drinking champagne out of tiny little bottles with straws at one party. I thought it was the most amazing thing, tiny bottles of champagne. Well, thank you, Yuri Lane. David O'Connor, would you like to be interviewed for a short moment on my Zoom roving reporter screen here?
You can let him know it's everybody who couldn't attend the party in person.
Yes, David O'Connor. This is everyone that couldn't come to the party in person that is at home on Zoom. And we're just talking. Look at him and Yuri Lane loving on each other. And so what is your earliest connection to Collaboration and your most favorite memory that you can think of at this moment of Collaboration?
Some spot, thank God I'm
I
drinking,
know.
So I could, I think earliest was down in the basement at Cafe Voltaire.
Yes.
Either
Oh,
rehearsals or show. I have no idea. All I know is I almost knocked myself out on a light. That was
Right.
low.
Is it so low? Those ceilings there are so low.
And best memories. I was on the board, so there were so many good memories of just trying to keep the energy going.
Keep it going.
Productions.
Well, thank you for letting us keep it going. Happy 25th.
Yes.
Silver. I won't. Nobody can see them, but I'm wearing my silver earrings for the 25th anniversary, but I have to cover them up with these headphones of Anthony's. But we're making it work.
All right.
Yuri Lane, David O'Connor, thank you so much. Here we are, Rockwell on the River, everybody. Woo!
Yes. Beautiful.
And
Wow,
this
what
is
a great spot. Look at that. They have their own
Oh.
dock.
little dinghies. Yeah, I think you can just pull up here. Oh my God, is that a real dog or a fake dog on the? I think it's a fake dog. You know how they sometimes have those fake coyotes to scare. Oh, they are. There's two fake coyotes, but that's not a fake human, is it? No, that's a real human, but those are fake coyotes. Here we go. We want to talk about theater, right? You think that stage blood is real and real blood is fake. Here, I just thought these were real coyotes, and they're not. I only had one drink. Okay.
Of theater in
So yes,
IRL, in real life.
This is the sky right now. It's beautiful, right?
Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
So yeah, this is a good place to interview people though when they come out here because it's quiet, right? You can actually hear me.
Yes, definitely.
Or I mean, hear them. You don't need to hear me. You need to hear that. It's a little balmy.
It's been a long time since I've experienced
Oh,
that.
look here. You can see my whole outfit in the reflection. Can you see? I actually dressed up.
You look gorgeous, darling. Very nice.
We're having a meta moment where Galena's in there. Galena's in there videotaping out here, and I'm outside videotaping the inside. Okay, I'm just scanning one more time to see if there's anybody we should talk to out here.
And
when I go in, it's going to be loud again.
I think that we might be getting Anthony and Sandra on stage pretty soon. So maybe we should go back in and check out what's going on stage.
Actually, you know who's just arrived? This is my mentee in the new Light program, our new youth program,
Awesome.
and her mother. Hello, I'm doing a Zoom live thing.
I'm writing.
So this is Ava Lynn. I'm Carolyn. This is Ava Lynn. And Ava Lynn also lives in Northwest Indiana like I do. And she is a dancer, a beautiful dancer. And she's one of the 5 artists that is going to be in the Light.
Awesome. Wonderful. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Happy 25th.
Okay, yes, you're right about.
For a quick selfie here.
One more time for me.
Oh, yes, go ahead. Oops, you okay? I'm okay. Thank you. Okay, sorry, I do want to talk to you. I'm doing this. Okay, do you want me to turn my mute on again?
Let's see, maybe we can go back to the stage and see. We might be able to unmute on Nikolai's camera.
Okay.
And tomorrow morning at all will stand and the sun will rise at the same time. Start our kingdom season. And we are dedicating this season to the idea of a citywide soul ritual that allows us to release and forgive that which does not serve us, the oppression, violence, and the pain of our history. And the citywide sun ritual, which reminds that we can all come together, we can all come together despite to create a more connected, beautiful
and all of you right here tonight. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here. Thank you so very, very much. And we'd like to give a very special shout out to our friends in Chicago. And just all living the owner of this great space that we get to be in right now. Great Prairie Management and Rockwell and the Bloopers, and to our season sponsors. And our season sponsors are the Mark and Dean Allied Family Foundation. My life's been changed by that piece. But we get filled up with like group guidance for our board, business planning with our staff, and this shout out goes to the Joseph and Bessie Feinberg Foundation for helping us along with our business planning, and it wouldn't have gotten started at all the match had been lit by the LaChapelle.
The hardest party in Chicago.
So thank you all very much for commitment to our mission to cultivate change in Chicago and to enforce our personal obligation to one another to dismantle oppression in all forms. I'm just really proud to be a part of this whole journey of collaboration. Captain out here, my main man there, Anthony Moseley. He's that brother from a different mother, often a different dad. But it's good to be a part of this.
Oh, man. If you are, let's give a round of applause for our board of directors. If you're a board of directors, stand up, raise your hand. Yes. David Terry, where you at, David Terry?
Gotta be in the house.
David Terry.
This is this.
Yeah, he's all pizza. He's all right now. And our amazing staff who really pulled us through the pandemic. You know, we leaned into one another and we produced over 45 videos, 2 ongoing shows. Let's give it up for our staff. We're probably too busy right now to make it Elsa, Sarah, Steve, Alistair, James Anthony, is still in the lobby? And our host committee. We'd like to thank our host committee, in addition to our board, helping us bring all these amazing people together. David O'Connor, Kelsey Tanner, Anthony Caillou, Rachel McClay, Linda Carr, Paul Levy, John Carroll, and Ackerman, thank you so much. And what about our company members? Raise your hand, company members, where are you at? Antonio, thank you. Scott. 31 years ago for our nation. As we've grown and changed as a company, this is never actually set in Europe. We figured it out, but we weren't always this way. We've been growing and changing. And if you look at our past, imagine where we're going to go. The trajectory has been set. And now it's a great honor to introduce our 4 newest company members. That's right. We got 4 new company members. And if they're here, they come up to the stage. Loretta Firekeeper Hawkins.
Now we are celebrating the new company members, Loretta Firekeeper Hawkins, Dr. Slick, J. Nicole Brooks, and Willie Prince Rock Round, as well as Gary Mills. Congratulations and welcome to all of the new company members.
The one and only, I don't know if she's here yet, but if she isn't, let's make enough noise so she hears us. Dr. Slick, aka J. Nicole Brooks. Willie Prince Rock Round. Yeah. Gary Mills. Dr. Slick is en route. She had to stop a burglary and save a cat from a tree. But when she gets here, we'll bring her up appropriately because she's absolutely amazing. Let's give it up for our new company members. You got something to say something? You're going to have a chance to say something in the moment. You want to say anything real quick?
Happy to be so proud and appreciative to be a part of the collaboration. So it feels good for us to be back here after this minute, here to see you guys face this. Just excited.
adventure continues. We're excited to be your company members and to see what the future holds for collaboration. Let's go.
Now we can get the music stand and a mic stand for Loretta. We'd like to put her right on the ground here. And she, thank you both. Willie's going to perform in just a little bit. Thank you, Marcus. You know, Loretta's taught me so much in the last 5 years, I don't know where to begin. But I sure continuously challenge her because I really think there's nothing she can't do. And every time I ask her to do something new, she does it again. So I said, Loretta, I can't think of anything more fitting than if you would write a brand new poem based on the theme Moonset Sunrise. And well, she's about to read a brand new poem that she wrote for tonight. This woman is a Chicago treasure. She is one of the greatest living playwrights in Chicago and poets. And she is a new Collaboration Company member. So the freshman class and company members, and she's an absolute queen. So Loretta, thank you so much for all you've given us.
Thank you, Anthony. Good evening, humans of the quill. I'm so happy to be here. You are beautiful. And I want to say that Anthony is loved so much because he is such an optimist. He thinks everybody can do everything. And so he has no qualms about stage, as he did last week, called me and said, you know, we need to write a poem about the sunrise and the moonset. So, what do you say? The sunrise is the moon sets. So I decided, well, maybe he wants me to just talk about my beliefs. So that's what I did. I wrote a poem entitled, I Believe. Basically, it's my beliefs, and I throw in the word sunrise and moonset 2 times. And he said, oh, that's wonderful. All right, so here we go. But I believe. I believe with the certainty of times that the moon will always set and the sun will always rise. That the beings we call humans who inhabit this earth will break their mental shackles and escape from their disguise, and in a moment of epiphany, come to realize that we are one. I believe that God exists with many names, but his power and omnipotence are in all still the same. Just as there are names like oceans, rivers, springs, brooks, and seas, the commonality is that they are all one, and can therefore all evaporate or freeze, but they are one. Thus, I believe if you are named Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, or Jew, the only thing that matters in this life is what you do. Yes. I believe in the notion of cosmic oneness. One God with many names. One people, human, with many faces. Some have the audacity to try to divide us up and want to call us different races. But that notion is simply a social political construct and has no ground or physiological basis because we are one. Although my hope is for human continuity, I often dwell at first vulnerability. And the question that chills my confident inner soul is, can mankind rephrase South Pole? Hey, question seems to come out from nowhere, but its answer is the crux to what whether or not the moon on this planet will continue to set, and if you contemplate the implications and analyze, you might understand why we might not continue to experience an earthly sunrise. I believe in Earth's connectivities, how we humans will all perish from lack of tiny honeybees, how we are connected to the animals of the lands, the birds of the skies, and the fishes of the seas. We are all connected. All life on Earth is connected. And all humans in a continuum are connected. It has been written that all these connected humans are created equal and are endowed by their creator with the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is upon these evidence, truth I stand, and pledge my allegiance to no country or to any land, nor man, but rather to the God who created all beings, fortified by faith in the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is upon these truths I believe. It is upon these hopes that I believe. It is upon this faith that I conceive of a better way for humans to exist. And with this existence, we must come to realize that on this earth, human reconciliation is the prize. And it is only with peace that humans can revitalize the soul and imagination of a nation called America. And as we struggle on this planet to peacefully coexist, and as we march bravely but reluctantly through the ignorance and the mist, hopefully we will come to know with the certainty of times that the moon will in the west always set, and the sun will always in the east rise.
So, Loretta, you my soul mother. You came into my life with this love, that amazing piece of work you did from my ancestors in this moment. Speak to our young people and that great piece of poetry you called Them Shoes. I remember that moment. It was the first time I laid eyes on you and I go, is that Connie? Connie is my mother. And every time I see you, I hate you here. So thank you so much. In the tradition of Hawaii. And in Hawaii, one of the great traditions is built on the word aloha. Now, you recognize that as a kind of a quick greeting, hello or goodbye. But in our tradition, it is the last word spoken by the elder on the moment of their passing to the youngest in the family. And the word actually means, my life breath goes with you. And in that spirit, I want to introduce you all to our youth program. A kind of aloha, passing the torch of love and light, and energy, and creativity and abundance from our great elder to our young people in the youth program that we've intentionally redesigned this year to deeply invest in a select group of youth that are also artists, activists, and we think we have the power to change our city and the world through the voice of young people. And each will be paired with professional mentors for the year. We have pieces that tour our city and from late August into the new year. And to be covering social media all year round. Thanks to Claire Simon, Claire here in the room tonight. Thank you so very much for casting these young people into this role. And we're delighted to announce the 5 youth selected to this part of our inaugural season of the Light. And they are.
There's 5 of them. Oh, well, there's 6 because we have a duo, but only 2 of them are going to be with us here tonight. A couple are watching on Zoom right now. And they are Ava Lynn Trubesky, Ella Ray, Marcus Jackson, Nathan Busher, and Kyra and Phelan Pierce, also known as the Pierce twins. Nathan and Ava, will you come up here? Let's give them a big round of applause. Oh, Marcus is here too. Come on, Marcus. Come on up stage. Get up here. Get up here. So we're in the process of finalizing their mentors, and they'll be interviewing their mentors to make sure they're the right fit. But we're so happy to be out. Hey, school's over, so. But if you would just say hello to everybody and maybe tell them about each one of them has a specific social justice focus. And over the year, we'll not only be mentoring their artists, craft and discipline, but also their subject matter, hooking them up with experts, our friends from the Department of Public Health, and other people in the field who can help them develop their toolkit, their vocabulary, their data, so that they can really make a huge impact. We believe these young people have the potential to change the world, and that's why they're on the stage with us.
And my social justice is about seeing people's color, not treating them differently because of the color. I'm gonna educate people with dance. So yeah.
My social justice is to spread body positivity and to let people know how perfect and beautiful they are in their own skin. Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Marcus Jackson II. My social change direction is spoken word or like rap, being very creative with my voice. My inspiration is my cousin, who's why I wear my hat. He's my biggest inspiration. He's not with us anymore, but really want to come up here and just spread unity in Chicago, because just like seeing everything, I think you don't really understand what somebody's going through until you go through it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't really understand death. You can't say no, I'm sorry for your loss, but you don't know what it feels like till you lose somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody has that epiphany. So really, what I want to do is really help everybody feel that, so they can really feel for each other, if that makes sense. Any way I can, specifically through my voice. So thank you.
Keep it up for our first class. Touring the parks at the end of August. We'll be starting at La Follette Park in Austin. Then we'll go to Douglas Park in Lawndale. Named after Frederick Douglass. And then we'll go to Hamilton Park on August 29th. And then that's just the beginning. So we hope that you will tune in and support these brilliant young people and reflect their light back at them. And if you know Clever Action, you know that we roll hard with the youth, and we like to breathe life. So it's time. It's time for the example set.
I tried to stop. What? I tried to stop. Who? I said they tried to stop. What? They tried to stop. Who? Us.
want us, you, the truth. And the truth is, COVID-19 made it hard for us to breathe. But I said again, COVID-19 made it hard for us to breathe. But who would have thought? I said, who would have thought? With a knee on your neck. I said, a knee on your neck. It'll be hard to work. Hard to work. They want you to believe that they're giving us our what? Respect. I said, they want you to believe that they're giving us our what? Respect. But my brother, my sister, we got to put ourselves what? Check. Put ourselves what? Check. Ask yourself, do our lives what? Matt. I said, our lives what? Matt. We want you to see. I said, we want you to see. We want our kids to live past age of 3. I said, past age of 3. But in these people in Chicago, there's so much trauma and what? Trauma. Trauma and what? Trauma. They're not even safe in the arms of their daddy or their mama. I think their daddy or their mama. This is for all of our brothers and sisters who are stopped to be streets. I said, stopped to be streets. We no longer have a heartbeat. We no longer have a heartbeat. We say, rest in peace. Rest in peace. We love you. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. We love you. Who are we? It's not the same. You have for against violence. Who are we? It's not the same. You have for against violence. Say it loud. Live it right. All day. All day. All night. All night. Say it loud. Live it right. All day. All day. All night. All night. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Every day we know the we do our best. I said every day we know we do our best. Don't worry about the rest. We put the world on our chest. Don't worry about the rest. We put the world on our chest. People every day of the week. Just people every day of the week. Breathing life, living right, all that we see. Breathing life, living right, all that we see. We just really don't get the story. I didn't get what it's not said, it's not happening. Didn't get what it's not said, it's not happening. Violence should go away. Come back. And we're not having that. Violence should go away. Never come back. Never come with that. Never come with that. Never come with that. Are you ready? Always concerned. Always concerned. What's he said? What's he said? Yes. Yes. All the time. All the time. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We're gonna build that. We're gonna build that. What's your purpose? What's your purpose? What's your purpose? Right. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Good, sir. Good, sir. Real good. Real good. Understand who we were. On this one. It's not about black or white. I say it's not about black or white. It's about grown or black. Who's gonna run and who's gonna fight?
How do you sleep that
Night.
How do you see? It's what's wrong and not right. It's time to do things what?
Correct.
And live life for what?
Respect.
And live life for what? Respect.
It's about taking a
Say it.
even if you want to know the best.
Say it. It's not about
reason for what we do, our meaning behind what we do. Our purpose for being in front of you today is to remind each and every one of you, first of all, of how great you are. I'll say it again. What it is that we can speak, we just take to remind you of how great you are. The world will never know how great you are if you don't display it. Display means what? Show. It's your responsibility, meaning your duty to show your greatness. Not sometimes, but what? All the time. Not sometimes, what? All the time. As you set the example that you were created to set, that only you can set. So whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not, you all have an example set. Make sure your example don't destroy life when it feels like it. All day, every day. That was the question. All day, every day. What? Example. That's the what? Example. All right. That's a problem, so terrible. The example says,
There they come. Let's keep the lights out on the floor. We're going to stay intimate. Marcus broke the fourth wall a long time ago. Sir Taylor has been a huge part of our company. He and I have been working on his life story for the past 6 years, and we're going to continue working on it. And thank you for being live with us, Sir Taylor. Wow, tonight is so special. We stand on the shoulders of the last 24 years, and to take a moment and say, look at us! We made it! Look where we're headed! And we still have some sponsorship opportunities open for our 25th season. So this is what we're gonna do. If you raise your hand, you commit to a minimum of $1,000. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a sponsorship meeting with you. We're gonna find out what your values are, what you would like to support, and then we're gonna come up with a sponsorship package for you. You can sponsor the whole season, you can sponsor the light, you can sponsor Peaceful, you can sponsor Moonset Sunrise, you can sponsor anything, I don't care. We'll make it happen. Is there anybody here who'd like to set up a commitment to a $1,000 sponsorship? Minimum of $1,000. Roman? Roman, come on up here. We got a sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. You just showed up everybody in the room. Way to go, Roman. What do you want to say to everybody?
Every time I get to see my parents, places I can go once I'm done at school.
Let's give it up for Roman. Selena, thank you for the sponsorship. We'll call you on Monday. Is there anybody else? We have a sponsor right here. $1,000 sponsor. Thank you. That's just the minimum amount. Let's give him a illuminated necklace. The necklaces are for members and sponsors. Is there anybody else who would like to say, I will sponsor at least $1,000 and I'll have a meeting with you, Anthony. You can hypnotize me or I'll give you more. Who would like to do that? Are there any other takers? Any other sponsors right now? You got to be over 10 years old. Okay, have a couple more drinks and we'll come back at you later. How about members? Would anybody like to sign up for a membership program right now, starting at $200 a month? Yeah, thank you. Holly, thank you, Beth. Beth Gomez. We got one right here. We got Molly right here. Do we have anybody who would like to come in at $100 a month? $100 a month, you get all kinds of benefits.
If you do the math, it's more than a sponsorship, so you're shooting out a sponsorship. $100. How about $50? We have $50 sponsor levels. Thank you, we got one right here. Thank you, Sarah. Make some noise. If you're not making your hands, clap it. Rita. We got one right here. $50 a month. Anybody else? 50. Thank you, sir. Right here. Another one. Make some noise. Give up your energy. It's all energy, anyways. $25 a month. Do we have any $25 a month members that would like to join the membership? We're trying to get 250. And thank you. We got 25. Thank you, 25. We'll come visit you guys and take care of that. Any other 25? We're gonna do this later, so don't feel bad. $10. Do we have any $10 members? Any $10 a month members? How about $1 a month? 25 cents a week, 3.2 cents per day. Anyone? I'll sponsor your first 2 months. You got Matt Russell. All right, we got three members here and 1 here. We're gonna keep the train moving. Have a whiskey and we'll get you later.
A year ago, like many of you, the pandemic forced us indoors. It forced collaboration finally and fully took to digital content and that's really we started to manage our work, cultivate dialogue and passion and a lot of programming that's great, like our Becoming show, our monthly show, Becoming Active.
Hold on, Marcus. Fire Keeper has something she wants to say. Hold on, everybody. The next member who signs up gets an autographed copy of these shoes from Fire Keeper. Does anybody want to get an autographed copy of these shoes from Fire Keeper? Any member? We got more. Thank you.
So, cut to the chase. Thank you. So, all of you raise your hands if you become a member. Your membership makes a difference. It really does create a platform for artists all over the city to lift their voices, to change our country and our city, and do those things themselves. And I'm going to turn it over to Central.
Los dos nos iremos en un viaje de amor, tus manos tocando el calor de la vida y tu corazón junto a mi corazón.
My heart close to your heart. Back in 1996, the first show I ever did with Collaboration was not as an actress. I was the pre-show entertainment in the basement of Kathy Voltaire, and I sang songs as the audience was seated. Collaboration was founded in 1996 by Kimberly Sr. And Anthony and I got involved shortly thereafter in the first few months of Collaboration's life. And then we got our nonprofit status, we got a board of directors, and I think there's a photo there of Kathy Voltaire. And then after Kathy Voltaire, we had our offices at our good friend Mark Hicks's house in Russell Village, 1945 West Henderson, where we had auditions, we had meetings, we had rehearsals, and we had parties there. And it is my great pleasure to introduce my good friend, founding company member and original board member and managing director,
Mark Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. Our bank account was in his bank account for the first 2 years. And he's be like, keep getting a little extra. Mark Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. Collaboration, what a wonderful experience it's always been for me in the early parts of my artistic life in Chicago. And I I met Anthony at an acting school called Steve and Ivan Studio. We worked together for a couple of years. We bonded at that time. And so we moved in together and we started talking about theater and what we wanted out of theater. And we met Kimberly Sr. and the three of us put the company together. We got a little book that said how you incorporate a non-profit corporation, and we filled it out. And lo and behold, we're a living, breathing arts organization with Springbrook Valley. And you know, Anthony's talking a lot. I told myself I was going to spend the time talking about Anthony. It's so hard stuff. I'm active, even though he's the reason we're all here. But be that as it may. The essence of this company has always been, from the very, very beginning, is to bring youth and vitality and new creative ideas to the public. And that requires new, youthful people creating ideas to bring to the public. And it doesn't happen with old theater companies with a bunch of old pockets that want a job. It happens with bringing new, young people to the table to create ideas that can change the world. So Anthony's had this wonderful, amazing talent to continue to pursue that idea, to bring young, amazing people to the table with great ideas. And so I feel so fortunate to be, at one time, a young, youthful person to bring creative ideas to the table. And I'm excited where the company is going and what it has to say. And I just couldn't be more proud to be a founding member of this company. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mark. Mark and Marcus, yes.
You did good for Marcus.
And now we have a very special performance from a very youthful innovator himself. It's time for our beloved company member, Antonio Brunetti, actor, chef, winemaker, cheesemonger, laugh starter, fire dancer, Collaborative Action's favorite clown, a man of mystery. He might work for the federal government, I'm not sure. But so much more. He's my creative brother. He came all the way back from Los Angeles to put on a little show. Get ready for Antonio Brunetti with his piece, Everybody Loves Collaborative Action, don't they? Ice cream! Ice cream! Sweet. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah. Let's get my recipe out. Very important. But 25 years in the making, okay? So, people like ice cream company, right? It's nice. But I love even more than just ice cream. It's something that's multi-layered, multi-flavor, multi-dimensional ice cream collaboration. Ice cream collaboration for you, okay? Now, first thing you do, to get yourself a little space to hold it. This is Chicago, right there. That's gonna hold our ice cream collaboration. Okay. Now, on the base of the ice cream collaboration, you need to plump, striped, yellow, delicious, Anthony Moseley. Anthony Moseley's on the bottom, right? So, what is this thing? This is the base of this ice cream collaboration. What's inside this thing? I don't know. Or let's say rock star in a row. Let's put a lot of their emojis down here. No, you got your extra soldiers in the neck over here. Okay. Come on over. I got two gallons. Come on. Okay, next. Next thing you put on the active office is the universe. This is the universe, right? It's cold, it's melting at my feet. It's not talking about everything. Every building in this city, every traffic stop, every politician, every problem, every pothole, everything goes into this ice cream business. Everything that this city is made of. So it's swallowed whole. But there's one entity that you cannot penetrate. One thing that it will not break down is the end result is the bottom of this ice cream business. But still whole. Both of you are still whole. Okay. Now, you scream. Don't scream for collaboration, don't we? All right, now I'm not screaming. Next thing on this ice cream collaboration, let's drizzle a whole bunch of finance on this thing. Yeah! We need that finance, we need that money. Money to get this thing going. There's never too much. Sugar, na 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 na. Yeah. The more the better. The more. Woo! Money. Okay. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of finance and business. It's mostly pretty good at. You need to add creative clouds on this collaboration, don't you? The air, the ideas, the inspiration, that bliss that you feel when you come up with a story, a local story, a Chicago story that people need to hear. You lather it all over the place. You fill the whole company with that positive feeling. We can do this. We can tell this story. Put that all over that ice cream collaboration. Okay? All right. Let's also, this is very important. Let's add every single color of the rainbow to everything that we do. All of it. Everyone, please. And then, of course, now most of it's there, but you need a little bit of crazy to run a theater company, don't you? You gotta be a little bit nuts. Think that you can pull off, put together something that will entertain people, and you're gonna make enough money doing it, and it's gonna last 25 years. Okay, so I think there's one more ingredient. Something to put on top. Hold on, let me think about this. A little something sweet on top. Yeah! The people! You can't be radiated without people, but every single person who's ever been a part of collaborations, that's all of them. That's the most important, most valuable part of a company is the people. Come It's nothing without there. Now, although because of the time, I probably can't serve this to all of you, but this is for everybody because everybody loves collaboration. Don't they?
Anyone sees this, but
Let's give it up for Caitlin and Crystal. All right, let's keep this train rolling, Marcus. Come on, Sandra, where are my co-hosts?
all right. So most of you know that I'm proud of the Inglewood neighborhood. Anybody believe that? Yeah, we have been here all of us. Yeah, we do such a beautiful community. Chicago really embraced it. Yeah, and Flint actually grew in this city. A lot of people believe it was 2013. And now we have a resident social change and the pandemic hit, Inglewood and our citizens are selected by inspirational change agents from Inglewood featured in a video series called Encountering Inglewood. Those videos will be premiering online starting June 29th.
Inglewood, Chicago is a change around. We keep it change the rest of the night. And there's a reason why people don't do it. It has a lot of style, it has a lot of history, it has a lot of culture. It's really important that we go outside of our work. Not a lot of people's work is not just about issues that affect you. It's about fighting issues that affect your friends, affect your family, affect your neighbors. And that's again, community. To create the environment as things turned out, so we can help people economically realize there's a lot of us who's more qualified to do it than we are, because we know what we just need. Even with the when you provide what they provide, they want. Right? It's as simple as that.
Yes. And now keep on page. Ernest Dawkins, Joyce Smith, Principal Jasmine Furman, Shelley Rashad, and Liana Bunches, and Victor!
Yeah, come on up on stage. Come up on stage.
These wonderful people. Some of my neighbors right here.
All of our featured artists could be here tonight. We have Joy, Liana, Ernest. We just want to allow you to say a few words and tell everybody what you're all about.
Joyful Sound, I actually believe it was Atlanta, Georgia, about 3 years ago. And I moved here from there when I got here on Inglewood. We went there, and I wanted to create the environment that I wanted to see. So I use all the tools that I have. I can quite a few things, but for me, it's not a community. It's not at all. Right? So that's what mainly I'm about: community, togetherness, and create. Yeah.
So excited.
I've always wanted to be an advocate for my community because what you see is not what's actually taking place. When you look at the news, all you want to see is what's negative about Inglewood. But there's so much good being done. There are people hard at work every single day to make our neighborhood a better place. And I just wanted to be a part of that change.
I said, let me start a festival in my community because we didn't have any festivals in our community. But since then, we've seen festivals come to our community, our institutions come to our community, et cetera, et cetera. So, the spirit is about encouraging young musicians. We do jam sessions. We make records for them. We also teach our senior. We have a senior band, our senior band. And we have the drums and piece series that we do every Saturday. People in the summer drums up here to start playing. And she played to us, played for us time to time. So that's some of the things we're doing in the community. About uplifting the community and bringing quality art and music to our community.
Come on now, let's get them talking about. Come on down here, Leon, Sandra, Marcus, get in here. Let's give it up for these folks and those that couldn't be here. Everyone, we love you. We hope you'll take the time to really watch these videos and then seek these folks out in the organization to support them, show up. I'm going to be there, so I hope I'll see you there. I was riding my bike with Liana last week, and Joy throws aside not party yet, not to do this, and she's now on our softball team. And now it's time to bring back one more time our new company member, another member of the freshman class, playwright, actor, activist, mentor, rapper, Willie Brown, Prince Rock,
Tribulations, they never know my struggles. I swear you wouldn't believe how much it costs you can't afford it. Roll up my problems, inhale, exhale, that's just how I swear you wouldn't believe the street it takes around by that hole. My trials and tribulations, they never know my struggles. I swear you wouldn't believe how much it costs you can't afford it. Roll up my problems, inhale, exhale, that's just how I roll. I swear you wouldn't believe strength it takes trial to pride and go.
This dad shot and killed in a Dodge drive-through on Chicago's west side. As he begins to see the Rose talking at family of Jasmine Adams, who were begging people to put away their guns.
Black and brown. Right. Only 6 foot young. Rise through the city, put back in the dark. Used to be the hall, all the funny streets for the double lost. The niggas make it outside like just the way it is. Almost caught across the line, spit a block, square kids, got out there. double couple hits, trying to make sense of what used to be extreme last time. Like Black Lives Matter, it takes a long around the space to mass sex don't fly. Before no one got to around, it's a Black Lives Matter. Congress run to take the knee and leave all Black Lives shot. Pop a perky, never worry, never let you go. If I ever run into cars and truck, I'll push them in the road. So white people just don't get it. Without all the places, but just say no last matter, you can say entitled faces have back up over the time. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. That $100 million that you gave, it really wasn't for it. Look, it ain't never like to get those 7 rings. We all ain't over. When it comes down to different things, we all on the same team. The shortest runners go what we think, what they gotta be. Never had a dream, but thinking this doesn't work. Like proper way to speak to keep your pockets free. Not these girls ain't working, gotta buy yourself a wing. Check, look, Corona flow. Only trust myself to never ever move. Got out the blood and never really had to trust the dope. It's locked up, but I ain't never had a 6'9", 6 sign. Fast forward, the whole rewind, but I call that girl when I'm in the horse about the bricks. I'm on the road, man, shaking up what it's never been the same. So I always want to play. So I should jump up in the producer and deal with this new train. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
That was Prince Rock, everybody. Let's see what's coming next.
To be witnessing live performance again. Feels so good. We have a video performance now from poet, actor, activist Logan Luke. We met Logan through when he came in to audition for my play, Music La Habana Madrid. He actually never acted before in his life. He's a musician and a spoken word artist. And I think something that has always been a strength and really a passion for the company is really nurturing artists. When I started with collaboration, I was not an actress, I was a singer. And I've seen that happen over and over again throughout the years with giving people opportunities to grow and express themselves and really find their voice. Here is Logan Luke.
Hello, everybody out there. I hope you'll have a wonderful time celebrating 25 years of collaboration. Thank you so much, collaboration, for everything that you do, and personally for supporting me as an artist and keeping the space to express myself. This poem that I'm going to recite in honor of your 25 years is the longevity of relationships, and it's for everybody who has difficulty trying to dance the salsa. Listen like this. May I have this place? I'll take you by the hand, look into your eyes. Your smile will say yes, and mine will say, please follow me. I don't care if the whole club sees us or we're dancing in our socks in April and going. This is a commitment because salsa songs are like 10 minutes long. This is not 3 minutes that get on track. I don't want to just grind on you. I want to dance with you. Now, don't get me wrong. We're going to be too. Eventually, after we have properly established our steps and you feel comfortable with me, I want to use the word partner. I want you to be my partner, to take you into my arms and catch you if you fall. Our bodies moving as one, in unison, flowing with the music, liberated like Caribbean islands, dancing as if we were independence. I want the whole club to say, damn, they must have been partners for years. Let the band play for us only. The rhythms of the congas will beat in our blood on our planet that pumps in our heart. Let the blaring horns guide our hips while our feet glide with the keys of the pianist. You're a mañana, but I know that I gotta be with you because amores como nuestro should not end with the songbirds. Baby, tu amor me hace bien and I know because I cannot stop smiling when we step. I am losing my breath, but I know I've heard you.
I stepped on your feet a few times. We bumped heads on the turns. Excuse me for dancing too close when I should have kept my distance. For grabbing you in the waist when I should have grabbed your hand. For breaking our dance before the song is over. There were times when I could not look at you with eyes. I was too worried about my feet. But I don't want another partner. I want another dance with you. One that will continue even after the song is over. Getting better as we get older. Dancing just to the rhythms of our pulse. Dancing only to feel our fingertips. I want another dance with you. So I'll take you by the hand and look into your eyes and ask, may I have this dance? Thank you, collaboration. I hope you have another 25 years because that is more work for me. I hope y'all had a really good time. Take care, y'all.
Musician extraordinaire, songman, and to do the sing like instruments. Play that drum for me one time. Now you do it. You're gonna shake it up in a minute. You are in for a treat. This is the human beatbox. And if you get it going, everybody can do a little break dancing out here.
Do we have $500 to see Marcus break dance? Do we have $500? By the way, I want to thank our friend Denise who bought the signed copy of these shoes from Loretta Hawkins for $400. She paid $400. Denise would love to get a photograph with you before the night's over. And all right, well, thank you for sparing Marcus. He doesn't need another knee injury. Let's give it up. Clap for action, brother. For one and only.
Looks like Carolyn has found some dancers. We are now listening to human beatbox, Yuri Lane. And Carolyn back on the prowl, checking out the party scene. Yes. Everyone always has a good time at a Flabber Action event. Get it? People living their best life to the sound of Yuri Lane Human Beatbox. Got a nice little crowd.
Yuri Lane, everybody!
All these supporters came out for Flabber Action's 25th anniversary.
It's that time of the night I say, you're
And looks like we're about to hear from Anthony Moseley again.
I'm just ready. Wow. What a bunch of great shows.
Joined by his lovely wife on stage. You can enjoy
All
Anthony.
right. So collaboration has tentacles that reach across the globe. And tonight you'll be treated with a special warm greeting from Dr. Laura Miyachi, close friend, ally, and company member at collaboration.
The full moon rises tonight at 8:54. Look at your watches right now. What time is it? That means we are on time. It's 8:55. Well, when I started talking, we were still, the music guys over there keep the time, but every rest of you, you don't know the difference. So the moon is rising. You can't see it because it's Chicago. You never know when it's going to rain or snow. But let's go ahead and share Laura's video.
Us, our earthly experience, lying between the sun and Cancer, just past solstice. Sun and Cancer allow us to receive the qualities of Cancer, care, share, nurture. Shedding some beautiful light of this moon in Capricorn. The moon, our psychic brain, attracts, magnetizes the qualities of Capricorn, which is the capacity to be alone in all minds, the capacity to give form to our purest intention, the capacity to go high in the mountain like a bullet of Capricorn, and deep into the ocean of the sea serpent that is hidden inside the sea of God. So we're reading together with this manifestation of love and work, this beautiful celebration of today's performance and sharing this amazing community that we are. We bring together our capacities to nourish each other, to care for each other, to hold space for each other, and at the same time to be able to stay interdependent, to be able to find our own voice, to be able to truly bring our own specific contribution. So as we do this, take a deep breath in, and as we look up, as we look up with this wonderful sunset and the moonrise, then give way to this moonset and sunrise, and this continuous flow of our life. We understand how the dawn is the dawn, and how inside is outside, and how our solar brain, our independent, powerful solar brain reflects our lunar brain, our psyche, our soul, power to integrate, the power to receive higher guidance is so necessary for how we manifest our solar qualities into the world. So let's all celebrate, let's see each other, let's hear each other, let's support each other, and ultimately, for those that give ourselves, may we be able to share. This is probably so much love.
Dr. Laura Miyachi, all the way from Italy. Love you, Laura. She's sleeping right now, but she's the kind of high priestess that is always awake, if you know what I mean. It has been a wonderful program. Thank you so much for rolling through it all. This is our last call for sponsorships or memberships. If you would like to sponsor one of our programs for $1,000 or more, from $1,000 all the way up to $500,000, we're interested, and you can sponsor the Life or Peace Book or Moonset Sunrise. Is there anybody here who would be interested in committing to at least $1,000 sponsorship right now? I need $1,000 sponsors or more. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you're like, I should have sponsored something, call me, trust your gut. And now, memberships. Hold on.
So
Hold on, Dr. Mark, everybody, can we have your attention, please? Bring it in. Come on, everybody. This is the last call for sponsorships.
So as every round goes higher and higher, I take my boots and step up to the board of directors and join our friends and family here who are leading this organization at the board level. I'm gonna take $1,000 sponsorship myself, but I'm looking for a match. I'm looking for somebody to walk down the road to collaboration, $1,000 match me, come with membership. I'd love to partner with you here in collaboration.
Does anybody want to match Dr. Marcus Robinson for $1,000 sponsorship for the season? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? I'll do it. I'll match you. I'll match you, brother. Anybody else want to match me and Sammy Marcus? Anybody else? How about memberships? The next 6 memberships get a $25 gift certificate to Cafe Mamariva, where Sandra and I worked, and we broke the record for goat cheese sales, actually. Queso de Cabra. Would anybody like a membership of $100 a month right now? $100 a month. $50 a month. If you have any $50 a month, it comes with a gift certificate to Cafe Mamariva. You can cancel after the first month. It basically costs you $25. Any memberships at all. If you know never again, you'd like to become a member, raise your hand and you can get a $25 gift certificate. We got a member over here. Yeah! Here! Three! Not 3, we did 6. We need 3 more. Any other members?
Okay, I see you like that.
Any other members? $1 a month. $1 a month. That's all it takes. Come on. All right, we'll get you at the game up in October. Now it's time to party. Are you ready? You got color? Deanna, where are you? You can go to the front, say you're one of the first 6 members, and you can get your gift certificate. Joyful Sounds, are you ready?
Up.
We're gonna get this party started.
Hold up, Joyful.
Oh, but now before we begin, we have a new logo. Collaboration is change our identity, and we're gonna reveal our new logo with a video about our 25th season. No? The video will be up in a little bit. Never mind what she said. Here's a video about our 25th season. Wait a second. Is that Darlene Cheer in the house? Oh, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for making it out. You haven't seen Darlene dance if you haven't lived fully. Shame on you. Let's cue the video. Revealing our new logo. Hold on, the video's not actually coming through. There's no video out here. There it is. Oh, let's start over. I love technical difficulties. You know why? Because they remind you that you're alive. And no matter how hard you play,
about to reveal the new logo. Bear with us just a moment while we get this reloaded. Who's ready to see the new collaboration logo?
All right. We're going to show that again later. Now let's get ready to party. Joyful Sounds is going to take the stage with their Lady D, Carly Jackson, Chicago House Music, who also happens to be our board president. And thank you all for coming out. Let's have some fun. There you go. It's time to party.
Looks like we are about to start another set of music with joyful sounds and Rashada Tuan. What a celebration of 25 years. That was so fun and inspiring. I may or may not have had a little cocktail myself watching from home in Las Vegas. I did get a chance to look up, since there's so much talk about the moonrise tonight. The whole party's revolving around the full moon, which happens to be in Capricorn this month. So I looked up what it means. It's called a strawberry moon this month. And I thought this was very apropos to Collaboration's mission. It says that it is a chance to choose truth over confusion, and also to choose, let's see, it's going to create growth spurts in the next few months. And it's a chance to choose truth over confusion and freedom over control. So I think that's a wonderful sentiment to help us launch our 25th year in Collaboration's history. It's just amazing to see how many luminaries have taken the stage tonight, including the new youth program called The Light, which is featuring Chicago youth activist artists who are being paired with mentors. So they're really taking their time in figuring out exactly who would be the perfect mentor for all of these mentees. It was kind of wonderful because Carolyn actually ran into her mentee at the doorway when she was walking in with her mom. So that's an awesome example of how people are being carefully placed with people that they think that they're going to really benefit and grow from. And maybe we can even hear from Carolyn if she feels like going live again. I see that she is busy.
Sure. Hello. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can you tell us a little bit about the mentee program? Because I understand you have been paired with a mentee.
Yes, I'm paired with Ava Lynn, and she did this for her audition. She did this beautiful piece, a dance piece, but the voiceover behind it was all about kind of, oh no, it's getting really loud, body image. And I'm gonna just go outside here.
Okay.
Body image and look at how cool just even the parking lot is. Body image, body positivity. And so, yes, I will admit that when we watched all the auditions, she was someone I was naturally drawn to. I've done a lot of work that involves mixed media, dance, my own text layered on top of it. So I kind of feel like just very strongly about this young woman and what she has to say. And she's a much more talented dancer than me. She actually takes ballet like 3 times a week or something. She's a serious dancer, but her social activism platform is all about not just body positivity. That sounds so general, but you know, for me, I did a lot of work in graduate school about the female image and how it's portrayed in the media and how many directors and producers are men and how we have to like take over to share our own voices as women. And so I'm so excited. And yeah, she was here with her mom, and she lives close by me. So I'm really excited to just start the conversations with her to brainstorm what her 7-minute piece will be.
So tell us more about the structure for anybody that doesn't know. So
the structure, yes. The structure is there are 5 when there's actually 6 because 2 of them are twins. But there's 5 youth artists that are paired with a mentor that specifically is paired with them. And they also get to interview and acknowledge whether they want to be paired with that. So you're not just given a mentor and you have to be okay with it, right? They also have voice in, yes, this seems like a good fit. This person is going to really push me in these ways. And so we have the summer to develop a 7-minute piece that they will perform in the parks in August, but then those pieces will be performed throughout the year at other collaboration events, or not even collaboration events. There was some talk about some other, I don't know if I can say it here on the Zoom, some other much more high profile places that they might be performing at. So, and some of them are dancers, some of them are spoken word artists, some of them are actors. They're from, I think, 14 to, what is the oldest one? Maybe 18. But the idea is that the first year they create their own piece. The second year they learn about design. The third year they learn about production. So they also develop a well-rounded, because as you and I both know, to be an artist, you have to be able to do all the other things that go along with that sometimes. So they're going to come out of the program after 3 years being able to not only create a piece, but design it, produce it, market it, and share it with the world. So yeah, and then the next year too, there will be new youth, 5 new youth next year. And so the idea is that the mentees from this year will also become mentors and learn that, you know, that great art of mentoring and leading as well.
That is wonderful. What an amazing program. For anyone who's watching this now or tuning in later when this is rebroadcast on YouTube, if you want to help support amazing programs like this, the Light Youth Program for young artist activists, you can go to collaboration.org. We have so many different levels, you know, whatever you're financially comfortable with, from $1 a month all the way up to $200 a month. And they all come with different perks. you all get the membership newsletter. You get invitations to monthly lab or activist social gatherings and events, which are virtual and in person. And even for $1 a month, you get 20% off for anything lab or action related in their merch store. For $10 a month, you get invitations to social gatherings. You get a free secret swag item. You get two $20 coupons for 20% off. And then it just goes up from there. You know, the perks just keep getting bigger to VIP invitations to events, show tickets, to actually sponsoring and help produce production that shows your name on something that is meeting causes, profound social change outside of Chicago. So if you're interested at all in becoming a collaborative activist, please go to collaboraction.org and check it out. I just realized during the course of this broadcast that I have let my membership slide. So while we were watching the coupons, I went online and actually like companies that we have and help them get to their goal. 250 and pretty close. I think they're up to about 125. So we can have a lead number and it can be as little as $12 a year to collaboraction.org. And let's go back to the party and see what's going on. Carolyn, how are you? How are you doing?
Are you talking to me again?
Used by anyone else we can interview about their connections and best memories?
I'm gonna go outside again because it's much easier to interview people out here. So let's see who's out here trying to get a little bit of the Chicago night. I don't think you can actually see the moon yet, or maybe it's just because it's too cloudy. Where the hell is it? Excuse my French.
How does it
Where are you,
feel
Moon?
out there? Is it still hot and humid?
No, it's not. It's actually perfect. Probably my favorite. I bet it's about 72.
Nice.
Oh, I see somebody that I actually want to know more. Excuse me, sir. Could I met you one time on a Zoom for Collaboration. I don't remember your name, but I loved Sammy. Yeah. I loved everything you were saying. I'm wondering if I could interview you for the Zoom tonight. Sure. For the 25th. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sammy is your name? Yes. And are you a company member? Board member. Board member. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Board member Sammy. I should know that. What's your last name? Rangel. Sammy Rangel. Could you tell us how you got involved with Collaboration and your favorite memory of Collaboration?
Well, I met them in 2011 when they were performing Crime Scene.
Crime Scene.
And I'm also a former, which means I've committed crimes in the past.
Okay.
I was a leader of a violent extremist group. I'm from the city. I'm here from the north side.
Yes.
And so when I went to go see the Crime Scene play, Luis Crespo was acting out one of the scenes around a guy who was out assaulting women. He had beat up a woman with a bat or something like that.
Okay.
And, I kind of identified with the criminal story they were telling based on my own past. And so I reached out to Anthony and said, hey, man, I was really moved by your play. I felt kind of conspicuous. I've got my life together now, but I was once out here committing crimes.
That's incredible.
So Anthony and me connected. We've been connected ever since. And then actually the next year they put a part of my story into the Crime Scene play. His wife Sandra did a 7-minute version of my life story through Peacebook when Peacebook was out there, and I performed myself at the Goodman Theater with Sandra's guidance. And I've been on the board for a few years now. I lead an organization called Life After Hate, which is pulling white supremacists out of their hate groups. One of the co-founders of that. And now I feel like I'm lending my light to Anthony and the work that he's doing, trying to shine light on the important work that he's fighting social justice issues here in the city. I live in Wisconsin right now, so I drove out for tonight's event.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, Absolutely.
I
That's
love
kinda how
I love
connected.
Wisconsin too.
Yeah.
What an incredible story. I think I knew pieces of your story, but I didn't know the whole thing, which is why this is so awesome to have a 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
And for us even to get to meet, because it is all about these connections, right?
It is. And the work we're doing.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you so much
You're
for your work and your story and sharing it and being on our board and continuing to foster new work. And we were just talking about the Light, the new youth program, and I'm involved with that. And I just, I'm just so excited for the next 25.
The next 25. And thank you for the work you're doing here in the city.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
sure.
Sammy. I'm so glad I got to meet you because I met you on that Zoom. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the crucial connections where we were talking about racism and white supremacy and all that. When things are like really, really hot and overwhelming, like last summer, but we got to keep the work moving, right? So, but also enjoy this beautiful evening.
And beautiful location.
Yes.
A great event. I've been coming to a few of these. I was here last year with this when you guys did this event, and you know, it means enough for me to like set a day aside to be able to come here.
Thank you for coming. Where in Wisconsin do you live?
I live in Racine, right outside of
Okay,
Pulaski.
I love Wisconsin. I've lived in Spring Green and up in Door County in the summers.
I go to Door County every fall.
It's so beautiful.
They're cherry pies.
It's the Cape Cod of the Midwest.
Yeah, I would say that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Well, thank you, Sammy.
For
Enjoy
sure.
the rest of your evening,
For
and I
sure.
hope to see you soon.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Hot interviews out here tonight, everybody.
That is an amazing story. And you look at his face and how it seems like he's really achieved so much peace and joy after his early experience with hate. Like, what a transformative story.
I know. I tried to really get that shot too with the lights above him and his cute little bow tie.
So, I mean, it really shows that people can change and that actually theater and art can be transformative in culture to like cause that change. That was an awesome grab.
Beautiful. I'm glad I grabbed him because I recognized him earlier and I was like, I know he's involved with us. I didn't know he was on the board. But that also just shows you how many people are involved with Collaboration and for how long, and that they even if you leave, you know, you can come back, because there were years where I was traveling as an actor and I just wasn't around. And this past year, you know, good things come out of bad things. I didn't have work. I didn't have to leave town to do a show. So I have more time to devote back to Collaboration, which I've realized is really an integral part of my creative DNA and my chosen family. So I'm so grateful to be here as well.
Well, it's awesome. And even though I am in Las Vegas, I do feel like I'm a part of the family as well.
There was Stella. Stella is the daughter of Anthony Moseley and Sandra Delgado.
Look at you
Sandra,
all grown up.
Sandra, I can't really ask you how you got involved with Collaboration because it really wasn't your choice, right? You're probably the only person that it wasn't your choice because you were sort of born into it.
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice to not be.
Right. But do you have a favorite Collaboration memory?
I don't know. Okay, this memory kind of like always comes into my head, but being at like the old Collaboration space, but like I just have a memory of like running around like with the lollipop. I don't know why I always think of
Running
that,
around with the light. I remember you used to make artwork and try to sell it to us.
Oh my God, yes. And I used to get this like big sticker packs and I would like sell each little sticker for like $1. each, and I'd make,
She
like,
is her
50
father's daughter. Yeah, she would sell us her artwork.
Yeah.
That's a good.
How old? Let's see. How old were
you?
you? That would have been 2012, I think, when we did the cancer show. So how old were you? 5?
Well, I was running. Yeah, 5.
5. She was 5, and she was making work and then selling it to us in the green room.
Wait, how old is Stella now?
How old are you now, Stella?
13.
13, and she's dressed to the nines. Look at that.
Oh my goodness. I just knew her when she was a little baby. I'm sure she does not remember me, but
Do you remember? Look, we'll show you. This is Robin Slanina. Do you remember her?
Hi, you are so grown up. I'm freaking out.
She says you're so grown up, she's freaking out.
Hopefully we get to see you in Las Vegas soon.
Oh, she hopes to get to see you in Las Vegas soon.
Come visit. Come visit. I will host you. I'll be the hostess with the mostest.
She'll be your hostess, she says. Well, thank you, Stella Grace.
Okay, good night, guys.
Good night.
So yeah, some of us come into, you know, Collaboration. We stumble in drunk to a party and get and some of us
Come for the party.
it.
Look at this kid. Look at this kid. He came for the party, but he's going to stay for the movement. Aren't you, buddy? Yes, come for the party, stay for the moment. Look at these fabulous people. Maybe we should just interview some people that I don't know.
I think that's a great idea. Make some new connections.
I feel like I'm getting bolder now.
Do it. You have the excuse of the Zoom to interrupt their conversation.
Could I talk to you guys on my Zoom live for Collaboraction's 25th anniversary? We're just asking people how they first got involved with Collaboration. Even if it was just tonight.
No, I have some work that was in the Peace Book over the summer.
Peace Book over the summer.
But I've known about Collaboration for like 15 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Darling Squire, Darling Shear.
Darling Squire, Darling Shear. And so you were in Peace Book last year?
Yes.
So did you have one of the video pieces in? Maybe I saw it.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called Back to Me.
Back to Me. Everybody, you can go onto the YouTube channel and find Back to Me. And do you have a favorite memory of Collaboration? Most people's, just to let you know, most people's memories are about parties.
There have been some good parties. There have been some good parties.
It's okay. I'm going to pull out and look at your whole outfit because it's so fabulous. There we go. Well, it looks so good out here too on the patio, right? It's okay. You don't have to have a favorite memory.
Yeah,
I'm Carolyn, by the way. Sorry, I just like barged in on your conversation. Excuse me. What about you, sir? Do you have a favorite memory of Collaboration?
I've probably been to a Collaboration event at some point. The memory is escaping me.
It's okay. What is your name?
Brendan.
Brendan, hello, Brendan. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Now
it's great.
you have a memory of being bombarded at the 25th anniversary party by some strange girl asking you about your memory. Okay, I'm a bombarder.
So I've actually missed bombardments.
Well, you both are looking so fly. Thank you. Beautiful. Yes. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. Oh, wait. We've got Miles Pulaski. Here we go.
Awesome.
We're talking about, Miles, how on the Zoom, how you first got acquainted with Collaboration, if you can remember.
Oh, yeah.
And then what a favorite memory.
Well, my kind of the way I got into Collaboration is also one of my favorite memories. So I can do this.
Perfect.
Concise.
So it was the beginning of the Sketchbook 5, opening night Sketchbook 5, and I had been assisting the sound crew, Misha Bixel and Michael Griggs, and they were killing it with the sound. And after the show, we were all like, you know, very proud of the work we had done, and sort of like sitting there was me and Anthony Moseley and Sam Peretta was there and Ian Forrester and we're all and a bunch of other people. And we're all just kind of, you know, just celebrating our accomplishment.
Right.
And at some point, Anthony said something about his mother in Florida. And I was like, okay, wait a second. And I had to rewind in my head. So when I first moved to Chicago, my mom, like mothers do, they worry. My baby's leaving the nest, you know, I got to take care of my baby. So she reached out to all of her friends and coworkers. You know anybody in Chicago that I can put my son in touch with? He doesn't know anybody there, but he's going to Chicago. And turns out that my mother's coworker's next door neighbor is Anthony Moseley's mother.
Oh, great.
And she says, you got to reach out to this guy, Anthony Moseley, you know, and he'll get you involved. And I'm like, Mom, no.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
No, Mom, you know, you can't call up and help me get a job. That's not
Yeah,
how
she
this
can.
works at all. And then just naturally, I find myself in.
Yes, it was Kismet.
That's right. That's right. And I
I
told
love
Anthony a
it.
story, and it's one of his favorite stories too.
We're gonna go on your little button here so we see if this is who we're talking to. Miles Pulaski.
That's me.
I think that might have been when I met you. Well, maybe when was the one we did over at Steppenwolf, and I was in the one where it's like 12 people own the same car.
Yeah,
what was
would have
that
been
piece?
Sketchbook, that'd have been Sketchbook 7 or 8.
7. I don't know. I
Yeah,
forget all the
I do
numbers,
too, I do
but I
too.
think
I
that's
don't
when I
remember the name
first
of it.
met you.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a really good piece. It was about this car. I think Sean Graney wrote it.
Yep.
And Joel Mormon directed it.
You've got such a good memory.
I don't
miss
though,
Joel.
really.
I miss
I miss
Joel.
Joel too. He works for Steppenwolf doing some video
Good.
production stuff for them, I think.
Good.
Maybe you can get me a job. Am I doing good here on the video? Maybe I should stop being a video person. I want to be
doing great. I think
I want to be a documentarian. I want to be like Anthony Bourdain. God
Anthony
rest
Bourdain,
his
not,
soul.
Not Ken Burns, too boring. Ken Burns a little too boring.
No, I'd say more Anthony Bourdain.
You wanna
But I
travel the
was
world.
very intrigued by Ken Burns' style as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
I liked his jazz one.
I think I need to make my own style.
Yeah, you should absolutely. You should, yeah, it should be your thing.
See, this is what happens at Collaboration at the after party.
Yeah.
You talk about your biggest dreams. You talk about your biggest dreams. Thank you, Miles.
You're welcome.
So good to see you. Love you. Okay, there we go. More interviews. Oh, wait. Here, actually, because I don't really know Willie. I don't know you. And so now I have a great opportunity where I can interview you for the Zoom Live. And you can tell us how you first got involved with Collaboration and your favorite Collaboration memory. Just so you know, most people talk about parties.
Okay.
But come for the party, stay for the movement.
Okay.
So how did you first get involved?
First, I got involved because that Collaboration produced one of my first plays that I co-written with my co-writer, Gary Mills.
We talked to earlier.
Google playwright right there. And yeah, so Collaboration, they gave me my chance and produced a play called Broke Down Drones, based off me and my cousin on the west side of Chicago, and took it from a much larger play, soon to come. But yes, that's how I got started. Thank you so much. That's how I got started with Collaboration. Just producing.
Love it. I'm so glad you're with us. And do you have a favorite memory?
Absolutely. So many. But I would just have to go back to Broke Down Drones, to be honest with you, because it was a surreal moment for me. It was my first time actually seeing the idea come to life.
Right.
By them producing the play. And it was out of body experience for me because the character was based on me and my cousin. So, it's out of body experience, and I loved it. Thank you so much. Collaboration.
Thank you. I'm so glad I finally got to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
And now we're going to move it to the most fabulous, the biggest star in the sky tonight, other than the moon, Dr. Slick. Dr. Slick, here she is. Oh, let's see the whole, look at, yes, turn around. It says don't iron, and then turn around, come on. Oh my God, you win, girl. Look at that. You freaking win. Love of my life, Dr. Slick. We're on the Zoom for people that can't be here. We're talking about how you first got involved with Collaboration, and congratulations, by the way, being a company member now.
I'm very, very, very happy.
I must say, I am so honored to be in company with someone of your stature and brilliance and light. I adore you, as you know.
Well, we're like two little alien babies. And I'm so honored to but you and I were already in the same company, but I'm just happy to be here. This is a beautiful night. This is like one of the first events I've been back to publicly. And so I'm like, hey, my anxiety is getting better. I'm not like freaking out.
I hear you, girl. Same thing. Yep.
Night. I'm so happy to be reunited with I haven't seen people since forever. So tonight is perfect.
It is perfect now that I see you. And now, could you tell us your a favorite Collaboration memory, perhaps? It could be about a piece that you did, or a piece that you saw, a party that you went to, which is what most people talk about. Come for the party, stay for the movement.
I think actually my favorite Collaboration memory, they're directly behind us. Gary Mill, okay, and then Prince Rock. They are my favorite memory.
Gary Mills and Prince Rock, okay.
Yeah, so those are two really super talented writers.
We'll cut that out. I just put my finger in front of it. Keep going.
They're two really fantastic writers, and I had the blessing to direct one of their plays, Broke Down Drone, and we did it. It was actually on tour. But that was 2 summers ago now? 2019. So my favorite memory is really the rehearsal process and actually watching it go into performance. My favorite, like the whole process is my favorite, but I especially love watching these two work so hard, make so many changes, just do all of these things, and like how happy and proud they looked.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I remember, I'm a creep. I like looking at people when they're watching performance. So.
Well, you have a lot of people that look at you on the TV.
I do have a record. No,
I had to give her a plug. Come on. What were you just shooting?
I just a few short hours ago. I just left. Season 2 of South Side is a Comedy Central. It will also actually be on HBO Max. But it's my season wrap was today. And
Congratulations! It's a wrap, Dr. Slick.
So yeah, that's the latest thing, and you know, who knows what else is coming up. Hopefully.
Well, you and I are gonna have to talk when this is off because I want to know everything.
I know nothing.
But you guys are getting a real treat meeting Dr. Slick and seeing the most amazing dress of the evening. Happy Strawberry Moon, baby.
Where is she?
I know, we don't know where she is. She's hidden.
Capricorn. She's here.
Yeah, she's hidden. I think she just meant like you can't see the actual moon out here, but she is in Capricorn, you're right. Oh, yes.
You gotta talk to Prince Rock too, if he's around.
I think that's Willie. I think his rapper name is Prince Rock. Am I wrong?
But in the same. See,
Yes.
I haven't been in Chicago in a long time and I'm missing out.
No, I just figured that out myself. I need a new name. I need a second name. What am I?
You need an AKA.
AKA. Well, my nickname when I was a kid was Kin Kin. I could be Kin Kin again. Kinkin.
I like it.
It is cute. Oh, we're just looking at the river. What else do we have planned? Should I go back inside and turn my thing off so you can see what's going on? Oh, wait, leave you. We have to interview Leave You.
Oh, you do?
We have to interview you guys. Yes, this is for it just also looks so beautiful out here.
It is. I like the moon.
Leave You. Who is your friend? I'm sorry, I don't know you. Shari, hello. How are you? Oop, I'm cutting their heads off because I'm looking at them. I'm getting better at this. Leave You is an expert video artist, and he's going to look at this later and be like, what was she doing? I have put my finger in front of it a couple times, but you know, we're getting better. So we're talking about how you first got involved with collaboration, if you can remember, and your favorite collaboration memory.
First time I got involved with collaboration, I'm trying to remember whether it was between an After Dark event,
okay,
or yeah, I think that it was
an After Dark event that we used to do at the Art Institute. Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of invited to do that, and then I think that's true. It's hard to remember that or a sketch.
So you were doing like projections and design and for the After Dark.
Yeah.
And do you have a favorite collaboration memory?
There are many actually. There's so many moments that they're like dreams becoming true. Actually.
Dreams coming true.
And just being like the thing that I remember the most, kind of personal, is just being surrounded by people creating things and being in that group, like you know, in a whole like week of tech or just seeing people and the energy.
People making stuff out of nothing. Yeah. Awesome.
That's like the most the thing that
I love it. And how long have you been involved with collaboration? I'm sorry, I don't know you.
7:30 p.m.
7:30 p.m. And what is your best memory so far? This is so cute. I can't handle it.
Inside with the video. And,
yes. Oh yes, the globe video. And you did that, right?
Yeah.
Leave You?
And Leave You put on some glasses. Well, he put some glasses on me that had a little camera, and whenever I blinked, it would change the picture.
No way.
Yeah. Well,
there's a live feed, memory, I think.
Like, what are those things called when we were kids that you did that you put the thing in the, oh God, what am I talking about? The viewfinder, yeah. Like that, but digital.
Like that, yep.
I'm zooming in on So we see who we're talking to here. Well, that's beautiful. I'm so glad to meet you. I'm so glad to see you. Happy 25th anniversary. It is the silver anniversary. So shine, baby, shine. And I'll see you back inside. Bye. Ooh, they might be lovers. I don't know. What's going on over here?
It looked like
There's
a
some more-
date.
There's some more lovers over here.
Absolutely, we love love.
Hello. Is it Dana? No. Dana? No. Yes?
I'm Deanna.
Oh, Deanna.
Let's ask.
I thought maybe you were
let's ask her.
Dana.
Be bold.
Yeah. Well, I'm interviewing everybody on Zoom about how they first got involved with Collaboration. It's the 25th anniversary Zoom. It's for people that couldn't be here.
You know, we missed you. You guys missed a wonderful show, great performances, a lot of strong, powerful voices.
Yeah.
So, wait, well, I mean, I guess you didn't miss it. So, but like live, the vibe. Good job. Good
I
job.
let you guys are vibing, looking really hot tonight.
Oh, hi, Shy.
And do you have a history with Collaboration? Have you been to other events? Are you involved? Are you
the Zoom last year
In December.
Yeah. And no, for about a year or two. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we love the arts hustle chef element.
Yes. How did you first hear about us?
One of our friends actually.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Please, thank you for being
Her
here.
name is also Deanna.
Thank you for being here because I'm interviewing some company members and people I haven't seen for like 10, 15, 20 years. So I wasn't sure if you were somebody I had already met or somebody brand new. So I'm so glad to meet
almost
you.
got my name right, which is weird because usually people get my name wrong.
Well, there's a company member named Dana, and I thought that maybe you were her. But you're Deanna, and what is your name, sir? Bob. Thank you so much for being here and supporting what we're doing, and you look fabulous. And,
Thank you.
and thanks for telling everybody how the event was. All right, yeah, oops, bloopers. I thought that was somebody else.
That's good to know too, to hear about like the in-person.
Right.
Because I know
Okay.
from home, you know, the sound was a little bit tricky and it's hard to feel like you're immersed when the sound isn't great.
I know, I'm kind of scared to go back in because I feel like the sound is gonna be bad, but I also want to see what's happening with the.
Go in. It's not too bad. I can hear you still.
All right, sorry about this bad angle. Gotta open the door.
We are.
So the band is playing, and Marcus, our executive director, is on guitar.
Yay! Anthony,
This brother was on the stage before. This brother was actually on the stage before.
You guys can get a feel for the vibe now.
Oh, just in time.
Marcus, look at him go. Okay, I didn't know. Dr. Marcus on the bass. Is it the bass or the guitar? How multi-talented.
Can you hear me? Bring it down. Can you hear me? Y'all repeat after me. Don't you know? That's for me. That is true. That's for me. Don't you know? That is true. That's for me. And for you. The world is a Let's do it again. Don't you know that is true?
That is true.
That's for me
For me
and for you.
and for you.
The world is a ghetto. One more time, one more time. This is a big one, this is a big one. It is. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
That is true. That's for me and for me and for you.
And for you.
The world.
Woo!
Chicago music.
Thank you. All these ladies up here. Bobby Wonderful. Carol. Nature. Zach.
Marcus.
And Ernest. Bob Ernest. And now,
So many artists. Amazing.
anybody I missed?
What a joyful sound. What a joyful sound. And a joyful night.
DJ. Let's go, ladies.
Oh, we're moving to the DJ, who is also our development director.
I believe that is DJ Lady D. That is up.
But she's either our development director or our marketing director. I forgot which one.
Again,
multi-talented. Head of the board. She's head of the board. Watch out. It's not a party till Anthony dances.
I wonder how Stella feels about her dad busting his food at every party. And Delina's child, once again, living his best life.
No, he's got no shoes on now.
Like you do at the after party. Get comfy, you get loose.
Cheers!
and then we went on to a whole stream of different shows and different activities for a month. Anytime the opportunity to job.
That was some great guitar playing.
That's one of my favorite things to do in the world.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Dr. Robinson, Executive Director of Clever Action, everybody. Woo! Now the party started. I just want everybody in the world to know that there's some people here that smell really
Wow. Carolyn, can you find Anthony to maybe say goodbye and sign off, since I know he's wrapping up in 4 minutes? Maybe you can take him outside and say his final words. Yeah, because it's getting pretty crunchy. The sound in there is not.
Oh, look who it is, Galena.
Galena.
Would you like to be on our Zoom again? Oh. All right, here we go. Woo! Yeah, I bet Anthony needs a break. He works so hard. So Anthony, maybe I should ask you. Stella can be on it again. She was on before. She can be on it again. Let's see. I want to see the likeness. There we go. Happy belated Father's Day, by the way.
Thank you.
So we've been asking everybody else how you first got involved with Clever Action and your favorite Clever Action memory. So I think you have to tell us.
I got cast as an understudy in Clever Action's 3rd show, Beyond Therapy, in the basement of Cafe Voltaire. I was the understudy for Dr. Stuart Framingham. And they said, you know, Anthony, we need you to come into rehearsal tomorrow because our actor that you're understudying has to leave rehearsal early. And I said, okay. And I prepped my work. I came in and they said, okay, we need you to jump in now because your actor left. And I jumped in and I just did my best. I hammed it up. I connected. I was truthful. I did a bit actually where I was looking in the mirror before my my client came in. I did my teeth. And anyways, the next day they called me up and they said, Anthony, we've decided to recast the role and we're giving you the role. And then I stuck around. And
I think Stella maybe never heard that story.
Yeah, and so I played that role, and my amazing girlfriend at the time, Sandra, came to like almost every performance, and she sat in the front row, and then and that was it. Kimberly was like, you should come to a Urbis Orbis and meet us. We're having a company meeting on
Urbis
Thursday.
Orbis.
And then the next thing I know, it was
we all remember
25
Urbis.
years later. My favorite.
Yes,
memory is that amazing night when the full moon rised and we couldn't see it because the clouds were in the way, but the energy was still there, and all of these people came together because they believe in the power of collaboration and the power to bring people together despite our differences, change the trajectory of ourselves and our families and our communities and our cities and our countries and the world. If you want to know like what impact Clever Action has on the world, look at me first. If you know me over the last 25 years, I've grown up a bunch. Okay, I'm an active anti-racist. I'm a feminist. I'm an ableist. I believe that when we start to break down the barriers that keep us from seeing ourselves in each other, that we realize how interconnected we are and we increase our personal obligation, to one another, anything is possible. We have unlimited resources. If we have unlimited imagination, which I know we do, why can't we get there? And we're not done being civilized. And Collaboration really can use the power of Chicago artists and artists around the country and the world to remind us that we are each other's business. And we're floating around a little star with a little rock that orbits us. And in each side of us is a universe. And I'm so grateful for my friends Carolyn and Robin to hold down this Zoom virtual broadcast. You know, we sometimes we do something and only 5 or 10 or 20 people are in the room. And then 10 years later, we realize that it wasn't about how many people were in the room, but it was who was in the room and how deeply we touched them. And that's really what we don't care about numbers anymore. Box office, audience, it's how deep do we connect with the 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 people in the room. That's what matters. And
well, you know, I love that, going deep.
And the deepness that has been, you know, I am the poster child for change in Collaboration.
Okay.
I was a privileged white guy. I had no idea 25 years ago that about my own white privilege and about the ability I could have to make an impact. And this company's been a vehicle for that. So all of you out there around the world who have given a piece of yourself to this company, you know, it has not gone in vain. It has been an investment, and we are still here, and we ain't going nowhere. So Robin Barkis, I love you. Thank you for doing this. Carolyn, I love you.
I love
Thank
you.
you for doing this. And the rest of you, if you know Collaboration, and you've been part of it, then you're family. And if you've never been part of Collaboration, this is the first time you watch the end of this whole 3-hour video, and you're here with me right now.
Yes.
Anthony@collaboration.org. Hit me up, because there is no telling what tomorrow brings.
Come for the party. Stand for the movement. We're out.
Moonset Sunrise,
Moonset
baby.
Sunrise.
25th anniversary.
Peace.
Peace.
Woo! Oh my gosh. I just spun around. I'm dizzy. Woo!
Carolyn, thank you for
being here. Carolyn. I did my best. Some of it's probably great. Some of it's a little rocky. I don't remember my first memory of Collaboration because I've been involved in so long. I saw Sandra and Trojan Women in like 1997 or something. My favorite memory is that, yeah, I don't have a favorite one. I was just gonna say some bull poop about my own piece that I did, but I think Anthony was right. It's this moment right now.
Well, on that note, Carolyn, I just want to thank you for being my partner in crime tonight, and for making us all, including myself, feel like we were there. This has been a wonderful celebration of 25 important, profound, fun, crazy, chaotic years. And I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm going to close out real quick and just reiterate what this moon means, since we did really plan.
Thank you, Robin. I'm going to come find you in Vegas. Love you.
Yes, come find me. So again, it's the moon in Capricorn, and it's a chance to choose truth over confusion and freedom over control. So everybody enjoy your strawberry moon and get ready for the growth spurts to come. Mwah. We love you. We love you. We love you. Happy 25th anniversary, Collaboration, and to the entire extended Collaboration family all over the country and all over the world. It has been an honor being your hostess with the mostest tonight. And I think we are ready to sign off. So thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and enjoy the full moon.